Hey, Heathens. As many of you know, I'm a little fond of magic tricks. I enjoy them, I do them, and, and I'm fascinated by them. Um, One of my favorite tricks is the Indian rope trick. The Indian rope trick works a little like this. In the most elaborate version of the trick, and the classic version, if you will, is you would have a snake charmer, okay, and the snake charmer would then charm the rope out of the basket just like a cobra, and the rope would go up, and then a small boy, an assistant of some sort, would climb up the rope. Now remember, now this rope is inside a basket, the lid's on top of the basket. They remove the lid, the rope goes up, the boy climbs the rope. This is done in ancient times in India, Indian rope trick. So imagine, how did they do that? For those of you who know the trick, don't be giving it away. But if you, I will tell you guys later on, but don't be putting it in the text comments. But how did they pull that off? How did the boy climb the rope? Well, it doesn't stop there. See, once the boy climbs the rope, he gets up to the point he's out of sight, and you can't see him anymore. The magician would then climb up the rope after the boy with a sword in his hand. Once he is no longer in sight either, you see an arm come down, a leg, a torso, and the head. The magician comes back down, reassembles the body parts, covers it with a cape, and then ta-da, the boy's all back together again, and he's alive. How did they do it? Before I tell you how they did that, I'd like to tell you about another little trick that's been done before, and this is done in carnival settings, and is the man-eating chicken. They have all the little sideshows where they have the different things, curiosities and things, Ripley's Believe It Not type stuff, and they always had the man-eating chicken. They'd have a big poster of this fierce bird, and you would pay for your ticket and go in to see the man-eating chicken. And then they would drop the curtain, and there he is, the man, eating his chicken. And of course, everyone would get mad until the carnival worker would say, "Now don't you want to get someone else?" And they would all run out and talk about, "Oh, you got to see the man-eating chicken. It's incredible," and get all their buddies to pay the money to see the same joke. Which brings us to my joke. I posted a video where I talked about how I was going to tell this really funny joke. At the end of the video, I tell everyone, there is no joke, but pretend like there was. Everyone talk about how funny the joke was, but don't tell them what the joke was. Okay? And then, like clockwork, everyone just started doing it. He just went right along with it. I didn't have to say a word. You all just fell right along into what I wanted you to do. Then I posted another video quickly, taking that video down so that only some of you saw it, more than I wanted. I wanted it just to be a couple hundred. It turned out to be several hundred. But I took the video down, put up another one, retracting the joke, saying that, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to offend everybody." And without having to guide you, tell you what to do, anything, you all just went right along with it. "Oh, I like it like that. It was great. Oh, don't worry about it." Oh, and you just all went along with the joke without me having to say anything. Then I did another video where I changed the punchline of the joke that didn't exist, and you all went right along with it, continuing so that I could keep the joke alive. I did have a few people that I asked to kind of stir the pot a little bit and get everyone going. So I ask you, did any of you pretend like you knew what the joke was when you didn't? Maybe you suspected what the joke was, but you didn't really know, and you just played along anyway. Think about that for just 1 second. Okay, second's up. Originally, I was going to try and catch someone and out, and I decided, you know what, I'm not going to fool with that for multiple reasons. But you know who you are if you did it. Why did you play along? Why did you just go along with it? Why didn't you say, well, what is this? Some of you did. Some of you said that, I don't think this is that was an actual joke. There's some of you, damn skeptics. Some of you did question the whole thing. Some of you caught on very quickly, and that's great. But for the most part, everyone played along. But which ones of you pretended to know what the joke was when you did not see the original video? Who played right along with it? Who even said, yeah, I think that one's funnier, or no, I like the original one funnier, simply because you wanted to hear what the original was? You guys, I had you eating out of the palm of my hand, and you guys begging to hear what the original joke was. So imagine if it was not a joke. Imagine if it was an incredible story where you were if you missed out on this huge event, you were just, it just destroyed everything that you would have missed out. Missing the big event, right? Like our Indian rope trick. How do you do the trick? Simple. You don't do the trick. There is no trick. They don't do it. They go out and they find someone and they tell them, hey, they're doing the Indian rope trick. You got to see this. And about the time they walk in the door, everyone's applauding. The boy's getting up, wiping away the blood, and ta-da! This trick was exposed on a Penn and Teller documentary that I saw, and I've been trying to find it forever. But they go over to India and they do this whole bit. And before they left town, everyone was talking about the fact that the Americans had captured the Indian rope trick on camera, proving that it was real. And there's a lot of people to this day that believe that the Indian rope trick is a real trick, but it's not. It's just a con. So considering that, and considering all these grand events that everyone would want to be a part of, so that you would have all these witnesses who saw with their own eyes the Indian rope trick, and will tell you that it really happened. They saw with their own eyes that there was, in fact, a man eating chicken. That they heard with their own ears this hilarious joke. Is it so hard to believe that they happened? Being that that's the case, how hard would it be in a superstitious country with a bunch of superstitious people who are extremely gullible and highly uneducated to fool them into believing whatever you wanted them to believe? Not pointing any fingers, calling any names, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. But don't take my word for it. Think for yourself.